If you're not an Australian, don't try this at home. There is a very big danger noodle up here. Well, actually he's a baby for brown. Check him out. He's smaller than the one I saw near my backpack before. Just stand behind him and let him get away. But very cool to see for anyone who doesn't see him. These are the dangerous ones because he's only little, so they don't moderate how much venom they give you, and they will kill you dead. G'day guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. I have walked up to the head of the gully that I've managed to scare about 50 animals on the way up to. I've done a lot of prospecting in this gully down below. There's almost no water ever here, so I've been working with rainwater puddles. I've utilised the rocket box and a couple of tiny little pans to take advantage of any water that has been at the base of the gully. And with that testing I found sporadic gold, but the gold that I have found is awesome. Every bit weighs on a scale, but I've probably only found 30 or 40 bits. So you're talking about a 0.05, a 0.1, something like that. I am now at a fork in this gully. You can go up this way, we can go up that way. Up there are no known reefs, and I have never been up there. I've never been up there either, but I know at the top of that gully there is a mine. Now that's probably 3 or 4 kilometers away, and that mine has a reef, and that reef is what feeds this creek full of gold. I brought the detector up and I'm going to have a look around and check this out. This is a hut someone built 130 years ago and it's still here today. So I'm going to detect around here and see if I can't find any relics before we head up there and look for some gold. It's not normally like me, but I finally brought everything. I've got full battery, pinpointer, shovel, I've got all my crevicing tools and a pan and lots of water. So today, regardless of what I find, at least I'll be prepared. For the people that want to know, this is the macro gold racer and the settings that I will be using. Sensitivity 75 because the gold up here is quite small. I'm going to leave the threshold on 26 because it seems to work quite well on that. ISAT's on 6, tracking on, ground balance to 58, but that will change. They are subtly in this gully between about 35 and 60, so it's at the higher end at the moment. Very small target or a very deep target here. And it looks like steel, but we'll dig it up and we'll find out. It turned out to be both. It was an iron target, nail. However, it was quite deep. So, anyway, first little relic for the campsite. This is an interesting signal. I'm betting it's a bullet shell. I'm betting it's a 22 shell. But it's also squeaking around gold range. I just can't see gold being there. Alright, let's see if we can't find it. These are the worst flies in the known universe. March flies. The bastards. Anyway, I can see the bullet. 22 Magnum. So nice big chunky round that someone was up here with for varmint shooting. Not even a metre away I found another one. So they must have had a few shots at something up here. I got a really subtle sound out of this hole. The pinboarding can pick it up, so it's of some sort of size. Oh god, what the hell is that? It must be a huge rock. Yeah, so it must be some sort of size. Unless that's mineralised rock and the detector's not picking it up. Well, let's double check with the detector. I don't know what it is. but the machine reckons it's made from the same thing bullet casings are, which is brass. So it's a hooky thing. Well, I've only been detecting in this spot for about 3 or 4 minutes. I found a lot of relics, little bits of junk and stuff. That was the first hole I dug there. There's my backpack. I came back over here from just there, where that mine shaft is. And there is a metre long brown snake that just went over towards my backpack. Shit! Why does this keep happening to me? This is why I haven't been bringing Grizzly out, because I just don't want him to get hit. And big thank you to Shortman for the gators, because I didn't even see him until he moved. Far out. Alright, okay. Let's try and get my backpack. I always wonder, like, you hear international prospectors talk about, I hope there's no cougars here, I hope there's no bears walking around, and as an Australian, that's terrifying. Those things can pick you up and carry you off, and then eat you slowly, which is horrible. But we have a different set of problems here. It's things like seeing a metre long snake that I know can curl up into a tight ball, removing your backpack and trying to make sure that it hasn't decided to curl up in your pack. They're the sort of unique problems to Australia. After deciding the snake was not in my pack, I managed to retrieve my collection container. So these are the relics I found around the mine site. That's probably the coolest one. No idea what it is or what it's from, but I do like it. It's definitely brass. It's made from the same thing the casings are from. And yeah, lots of little relics. I found one bullet, nice and mushroom there. And now we're going to walk up the creek and we're going to try and find some shiny gold. I just found probably the most rusted bit of horseshoe ever. It was hiding underneath that rock there. So nice bit of history. Means there was a horse around here somewhere. That's right, you bastard. Try and drill through that. I dare ya. Well, I found a lot of relics, modern and new, horseshoes, nails, bits of tin, bullet casings, a couple of little bullets as well, but no gold. I need water. I can see evidence of water up here, where there's been recent puddles that have dried up, but there isn't any sitting water at the moment, and just means that I can't get in here and do some really quality prospecting. I also need to change the coil out. The big coil is good for targets that are a bit deeper down. Not quite as small. The little coil will fit into the tight crevices between boulders and whatnot, and it's that much more sensitive. You know, it'll pick a shotgun pellet up at about 3 or 4 centimeters. That big coil of shotgun pellets like a centimeter or so. So if that, even point blank sometimes, depending on the size of it. So it needs to be a lot more sensitive, and that will definitely increase my odds of finding the nice chunky gold that I know is up here. But that's another mine site explored, and that's what it's about, coming out here and seeing what is up here. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you out here sometime.